Strasbourg recorded their first Ligue 1 win of the season with a 2-1 victory at home to Nantes on Friday. A sweet half volley from forward Khalifa Koulibaly put the visitors ahead in the first half, but Strasbourg turned the game on its head in the second half, an 89th minute penalty from Ludovic Ajorc sealing the comeback and earning his side a much-needed victory. The result sees Strasbourg climb to 13th in the table, with Nantes staying 4th, having passed on an opportunity to take the lead. Coming up on Ligue 1 on Saturday in Matchday 6, Marseille host Montpellier in search of a 4th victory in a row, while 9th placed Bordeaux take on 13th placed Brest. Elsewhere, Metz, without a win since August 17th, are away to Amiens, with Nice hoping to extend winless Dijon's misery. Nîmes host Toulouse, and finally, Monaco will be hoping to secure their first victory of the season away to Reims. Injury-hit Manchester City will be looking to bounce back against Watford following their shock 3-2 defeat to Norwich City last week. The reigning champions suffered a first Premier League defeat in 19 games last weekend, with manager Pep Guardiola calling for perspective ahead of their clash with Watford.
Of course we can lose. Maybe it's your problem when you believe we cannot lose, when you say what you say when you have a lot of success. Believe me, it's your problem. It's not our problem, because we know before every game we can lose. Even tomorrow, we have the feeling that we can lose. But when we lose one game in the Premier League in the last 8 months, including summertime, it make a little bit tricky. So why should doubt? So
Manchester City can ill afford to lose the game, as Liverpool have already taken a 5-point lead in the table. Bournemouth overcame Southampton 3-1 on Friday, and the rest of the weekend sees Tottenham battle Leicester, West Ham host Manchester United, and Arsenal take on Aston Villa. But the highlight of Matchday 6 for neutrals will undoubtedly be Sunday's mouth-watering clash at Stamford Bridge that will see high-flying Liverpool take on Chelsea. A baptism of fire awaits reigning champions New Zealand in the Rugby World Cup. The All Blacks opened their title defense against South Africa on Saturday, who are anything but pushovers, having beaten the double champions in the Four Nations last year. All Blacks coach Steve Hansen is conscious of the challenge ahead.
When you get up to the top echelon, like a national team, these are the moments you live for, because it's called a test for a reason. It tests your resolve and the players' resolve, your coaching resolve, your management. Everybody in the group is tested. And there's going to be a massive crowd. What more do you want?
In pursuit of an unprecedented hat-trick of World Cups, Steve Hansen's men will have to stay concentrated to overcome a Springbok team that held them to a 16-16 draw in July.
It's an exciting time to be here at the World Cup and only a few days away from our first game, and it's going to be a massive occasion and a massive game. South Africans are going to be well and truly up for it, so we can't wait for it.
New Zealand, with the best attack in the history of the World Cup, are once again among the favourites at this year's tournament. Key to their efforts to retain the trophy, however, will be the performances of their formidable forward line, led notably by Bouden Barrett and Sonny Bill Williams. The rest of Saturday will see France take on Argentina in a crunch match that will be crucial to France's hopes of progressing to the quarter-final, while Australia, runners-up in 2015, host Fiji. On Sunday, 2 other favourites will get their competitions underway as England take on Tonga and Ireland put their wits against Scotland. The day will also see Italy face Namibia. In the quarter-final of the Mossel Open, 23rd-ranked Frenchman Benoit Paire overcame fellow countryman Grégoire Barret in a 2-set victory, 7-6, 6-4. It wasn't smooth sailing by any means for Paire, who found himself 3-0 down in the first set after just 7 minutes. But the man from Avignon mounted an impressive comeback to win the set in a tiebreak before his 6-4 victory in the second. Paire will face Aljaz Bendine in the semi-final, against whom he'll be looking to avenge a controversial second-round defeat in the US Open. There will be another Frenchman in the other semi-final following Lucas Pouille's victory against Serbian Filip Krajinovic. The Frenchman was dominated in the first half of the match, losing the first set 6-4 before rallying to overcome the Serb midway through the second. He recorded a 4-6, 7-5, 6-2 victory in the end after 2 hours of play. He will be playing a first semi-final since the Australian Open. And finally, Joost Wilfred Tsonga completes a hat-trick of Frenchmen to have qualified for the semi-finals of the Mosul Open. Tsonga was facing Georgian Nicolas Basilashvili in the quarterfinal, and after losing the first set 7-5, he took the second set 6-3. Tsonga took the third set 4-1, but the Georgian was forced to retire with an injury to his right shoulder. The Frenchman will face compatriot Lucas Pouille for a place in the final. Team Europe took the lead over Team World on Friday during the first day of the Laver Cup. After the success of Dominic Thiem and Jack Sock, the two teams were tied, but that was before a dominant Stefanos Tsitsipas performance over Taylor Fritz that saw the Greek win the first set 6-2. He then lost the second set 6-1, but overcame the American 10-7 in a super tie break. Meanwhile, Federer and Zverev won the double against Sock and Shapovalov 6-3, 7-5. And Team Europe now lead the tournament 3-1 ahead of the second day.